All right, how's it going? My name is Stephen Costigan, and today I'm talking to you about Ionic. So, what is Ionic? Ionic is a code base that allows you to develop desktop, web, iOS, and Android applications, as well as really any platform you're able to build it on. The basic concept is very simple. We have a basic application, which is built in either HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or really any front end language that you're able to create. In my cases, I'm using React with Ionic. And then Ionic works with a secondary component, which they also have called Capacitor, which basically outputs it to one of these platforms. So it works basically, there is a native application which is built in, let's say, C++ or Swift or whatever the local source application is. And inside of that is a web rendering layout, which renders your application. It is seamless. It doesn't have edges or look like a website. It looks like an application, and it has native functionality such as importing pictures and so forth. And so you can use it much like you would a normal program. And so this allows for a lot of flexibility, since front-end languages, for example, allow a lot of freedom when it comes to design and with regard to plugins and so forth. There's a lot of freedom that can be achieved with this. So I'm going to go into some of the basics of it. I'm going to show you just real quickly the documentation that is available. It's extensive. What they have here is some getting started information, obviously. They have a series of components that you can implement. For example, breadcrumbs, or one of my favorites down here is obviously the toast. Where are we? Ion toast, where, for example, if you were to press pair or something, it would come up and show you a notification to tell you something a bit done. Tells you the command line interface. There's obviously native steps about that. So I'm going to start off by working with the code. So let's it's one of my favorite places to start. So I'm going to switch to another screen, which is over here in my inside of Visual Studio Code, and close up all of these. I should have had them closed. So basically what we have here is a basic look. It looks like a HTML document basically. I've called these old dot styles, etc., just so I don't mess up my current development with my old basic testing out development. But this just shows you that you can build a HTML file with Ionic elements, as you can see here, which are imported separately, and just build natively. And all you really have to do is, for example, include the style sheets and things like that for Ionic, and the JavaScript obviously objects, and from there you can just begin developing. And so that's really nice. So I'm going to show you just a quick preview of what, for example, this application looks like. It's very basic. It's, bare bones sort of a thing. So if you come over to my web browser, you can see here there's like a little menu button, click me, theme switching back and forth, just some basic stuff. As compared to, for example, my current application, which again, I'm currently working on the back end since I'm working on a file upload program. And you can look here, there's different functionality, and if you want to upload an image or something like that, you're able to for account. There's a lot of basic functionality, but again, most of the content is on the back end at the moment. And then when all the files have been uploaded and stored, then a lot more will be displayed on the front end. So right now I'm working on that, and also the web layout. So Ionic also has its own set of icons, as you might have seen with this application here. You've got these icons and these lovely little icons down the bottom, and there's a lot of support for those, as well as allowing you to do a lot of like React, for example, in my case, logic. So I can implement React functionality inside my application to make the development process easier. So Ionic is the main drawback for Ionic, and this is only a minor drawback, is it does suffer a very slight performance difference from a native application. And Max from Academine, for example, estimates it's somewhere between a 1% or less than percentage decrease, and that's only for a highly intensive application. So they're constantly updating their documentation, constantly updating their their framework and their code base, and so there's a lot of great things about Ionic that are really easy to implement and really easy to work with. And I just wanted to show that off for my Sped talk today. I hope this has been informative and hope you get something out of this. Thanks for watching.